Is this like really zoomed in? I feel like it keeps zooming in. Okay, well that is zoomed in. Hey y'all. So I have two things to say about my video from Wednesday and then I'm gonna get right into this video. I promise I'm not gonna linger on the topic for too long. The first thing being that I'm fine, you guys. I had a lot of people tweeting at me and DMing me asking me if I'm okay. Somebody said that I seem like I'm on edge with that video and I'm totally fucking fine. Also, again, you're sitting on my kitchen table, so if I hit it and it shakes, I'm sorry. I liked sitting here. I liked how it looked and I know it was a weird, sad video, but I liked how it looked. So we're gonna stay here for today. I also don't have any stains on my shirt. I made sure to check. But I'm fine, you guys, I promise. The topics obviously made me uncomfortable and they made me sad. And then me reflecting on things that have happened to me, it scared me and it's gonna scare anybody, but I'm totally fine. Like, I'm good, y'all. Thank you for your concern and thank you for caring and thank you for checking in on me, but I promise I am okay. I think a lot of it was related back to my depression. I was assuming that's why you guys were asking if I was okay because I've been having a hard time recently, but honestly, I'm in one of the best places I've been in a very long time. I'm doing really good. So thank you guys and I love you. The second thing was about Belle Delphine. I had a lot of people commenting that she's like this horrible person and all the things that she's done basically. And I'll be honest, I didn't know half the shit she had done, and I think I said in my video that people hated her for no reason. That was me being ignorant. I wasn't aware of all the things that she had done, but that doesn't mean that she deserves to get killed, and it doesn't mean that she deserves the threats that she was getting. You can't really change my mind on that. I will take back what I said about people hating her for no reason and that it was all coming out of nowhere and it was blown out of proportion, the bathwater, whatever, because I didn't know what else she had done. But I still don't think that you deserve to be murdered because you're a shitty person. Obviously, there's a line to that. If you are like, I don't even want to say anything too bad because I don't want this to be like triggering, but if you're like out there chopping babies' heads off, yeah, I think you should be fucking killed. I don't think you deserve to live. But there's a line. There's a difference. You could be a bad person and not deserve to get murdered. I don't know. But that's all I wanted to say about that. If you, again, haven't seen the video, go watch it. You're gonna have no idea what I'm talking about. But now let's get into the actual video because I'm back and I have more of your guys' Let's Not Meet stories that are very fitting for this situation. You know, I'm already freaked the fuck out. I figured, why not scare myself even more by reading stalker stories and scary encounters? I had a lot of people commenting on that video talking about different experiences that they had, and I'm not gonna read those comments. If you guys want to go through those, you can go through them yourself. But I am gonna go through the Reddit and read other people's Let's Not Meet stories. Originally, I was gonna do paranormal ghost stories, but then I saw a couple of them that sounded interesting and I really wanted to read them, so we're reading them. This whole week is just gonna be about scary men. Oh wait, another update from Wednesday's video. The guy who murdered Bianca is alive and he's facing life in prison with no chance of parole, which is absolutely amazing. The first story though that I saw that made me want to make this video is just called human trafficking. I should start this off by saying that I live in Baltimore, the crime capital of the United States as of now. So I've been very aware of the rapidly rising crime rates, especially since I'm a 16-year-old, 5'2" girl who walks alone to work and school. I'm well aware of the fact that we're also one of the biggest areas for human traffickers to pass through and pick up girls. So it shouldn't be as surprising to me that this happened. So today I did what I normally do. I walked to my job at Baskin-Robbins, my mom picked me up after she got off, and me and my cousin hung out. My cousin is 18 and she lives with us and she works with my mom. She's also 2 inches shorter than me, so we're not exactly intimidating when you look at us. Anyways, my mom felt really sick today but needed groceries, so she gave me her bank card so that me and Anna, my cousin, could go to Safeway. Anna has her own money, so she bought her own stuff. I'll use the card to get basic things, bread, ham, soda, whatever. We get to Safeway and right off the bat, we're hella slow. We spent like 30 minutes in the produce aisle. Once we get some fruits and veggies, we head over to where the Mexican food aisle is, and that's where it all starts. We aren't very intuitive, I'll say that now. This guy comes into the aisle and is kind of just standing there. We're looking at the salsa when he's down where the taco mix is, and I don't really pay attention to him, but I know he was wearing a red polo shirt. Anyways, we get what we need and move on. Looking back, we realize he hadn't been carrying anything, and we thought maybe he had just gotten there like us. About 10 minutes later, we get to the tea aisle, and the guy is there again. He then comes up to me and Anna, looks at us, and says, "Do you guys know where the green tea is?" It's obvious right off the bat that his first language isn't English, so I thought maybe he doesn't read English, so he doesn't know that it's right here. So I tell him it's right down the aisle. However, he says, "No, you show me." And I'm like, "It's right there." And I pointed to the tea. He just nods and walks down there, but doesn't grab any tea. I don't really pay attention, and about 45 minutes passes. Over this time period, we saw him pass by the aisles we were in multiple times, or stand in the same aisle we were in for a long time without getting anything. Me being me, I thought it was just because it was a small store, so I carried on. See, we are the complete opposites. I would have been paranoid from the get-go just because that's how I am. I think everyone wants to kidnap me. I had to pick up some medicine from the pharmacy, so I went and I waited in the line. While waiting, the guy comes up to me again. He said, "Do you know where the chickpeas are?" I said, "Probably in the soup aisle." And he said, "Can you show me? You show me." I was like, "No, sorry, I have to get medicine." It's not like you fucking work there. I'd be like, "Go ask someone else, I don't know." At this point, I realized he literally had nothing in his hands. No food, no tea, no basket, no cart. So then he walks up to Anna and he was like, "Can you show me where the chickpeas are?" I didn't see this happen, but apparently he brushed up against her her, which makes her super uncomfortable. She got a new bag the other day, so she thought he was trying to pickpocket her, but she walked with him to show him the chickpeas, holding her bag on the opposite side of him, really close to her body. I quickly get my meds, grab the cart, and hurry to follow them, because fuck if I leave her alone with him. As they get to the aisle, a worker from the back of the store walks out, and Anna's like, "Sir, do you know where the chickpeas are?" He starts talking to the guy, but then a lady worker comes out and starts helping him. At this point, me and Anna make our way quickly to the checkout so we can leave. Almost immediately after we get there, the lady worker from before rushes up to who I'm assuming is the manager and starts talking about the guy. The manager was watching over the self-checkout area which we were using, so I could hear what they were saying. Apparently the guy had brushed up against the woman too and asked her for the green tea. You know, the tea we told him about an hour before? It turns out she had seen him talking to a bunch of other women too, but not once did he pick up an item. I interjected and informed her that he had been here for as long as me and Anna, which was a solid hour to an hour and a half. The manager was like, "Oh God, I'll tell them." I told them about how he acted, and the manager offered to walk me and Anna to our car, which I happily accepted. While checking out, I see the guy walking out of the store without buying anything, so I was scared he was going to follow us in the parking lot and scoop us up. Anyways, once we get to the car, we see a black van parked about 2 spaces from our car. The spaces were empty, so we could clearly see a man talking on the phone next to the car. I should mention that the man who had been following us around the store looked to be East Asian, and so did this man. We quickly pack up the car, thank the manager, and leave. We stop by a 7-Eleven and wait for a few minutes in case they followed us, and we head home. Once we get out of the car and unload the groceries, we see a black van. Shut the fuck up. We see a black van with 2 East Asian men in the front seat slowly driving past us, staring at us. So we do what any rational person does and grab our shit and fucking book it to our apartment. We call my sister who lives in Florida and she starts crying because she's so worried about us. Then we tell my mom after she wakes up from her nap, and we agree to tell my stepdad when he gets home from work. When he gets home, I tell him and he says that he's going to get me a pocket knife or mace to carry with me at all times. He also said he's sleeping with his gun out tonight just in case, and Anna's spending the night in my room with me. She usually sleeps on the couch, but both of us are really freaked out right now. I hate the world we live in. I'm scared to walk to work now, but I need the money so I can't really do anything. I just hope I'm being super paranoid. My biggest fear is being kidnapped or trafficked. Trafficking has been getting really bad in the area that I live in right now, and this fits the criteria of men I've heard about in the news recently. I don't know what his intentions were, or even if he had any at all, but weird guy in a red polo shirt, let's not meet again. That is not you being dramatic or paranoid at all. Like, I've never read anything that's like so fucking sketchy in my entire life. That is like to a T what you would see in like SVU or some shit on an episode about sex trafficking. I'm not joking. I'm glad you guys are safe, and please continue to be safe. I do not want anything happening to you. I have pepper spray, but I've never used it before. Actually, I have used it. I think I've told this story before. I wanted to see what it was like one time to spray it, so I sprayed it in front of me, and even just spraying it like a couple feet in front of me, I could literally feel it. Like, my eyes started to water and my eyes started to burn. I cannot imagine being sprayed with that shit. But I used to have a giant pink hammer that my friend Judy got me on Black Friday like a couple of years ago. I used to carry that around in my purse at all times. I miss that hammer. My dad stole it. I don't know why my dad took my pink hammer, but I want it back. Also, I did not just fart. That was my chair. That's why I don't sit in chairs, because they fart. Okay, this next story looked really fucking interesting, or I guess, I don't know if interesting is a good word for it, but it's called The Murderous Doctor That My Flatmate Had an Affair With. Not even clickbait. They said, "Hi, my name is Caitlin, and I go to university in Wales, where up until recently, I live with 4 other first years. So the girl in this story, my flatmate, let's call her Sarah, had recently fallen out with me and my friends after being really shitty about my mental health. But that's kind of irrelevant. Nothing's irrelevant, she's a bitch. Anyways, since she had fallen out with us, her only friends, she started trying to make new friends. She worked for this company where you can get shifts at random places whenever they're available, and she met this 47-year-old man, she's 18, who she started having an affair with. She had met this man twice when she started going over to his house at 4 a.m. What kind of idiot does that? Not my paranoid ass. One night she went to his and got mega drunk, and we all started getting worried after she had lied about who she was hanging out with and wouldn't answer our phone calls or messages. Me, being the smart and dramatic person I am, decided to Google his name. Let's call him the Death Doctor, or DD for short. I Googled his name along with our city, and a photo pops up, the man she's out with. It's weird as hell that he would pop up, so I followed the link to the article only to find out this man is a disgraced doctor. Turns out DD gave an elderly lady 100 times a lethal dose of a drug that led to her death. So obviously he got suspended. But you know, accidents happen sometimes, right? Wrong. DD is somehow so charismatic that he convinced a hospital that he was the, I am gonna butcher this word, anesthetist? At the person who gives out anesthetics? I don't know how to say that. And snuck drugs out, where he gave them to his next victim, and when the police came, he claimed to be a paramedic. Since then, he's nicked off to Africa, went on parole, and has been trialed on 3 counts of goddamn kidnapping. Who the fuck is letting this man run free? So we try to follow her using trusty old snap maps, but we can't exactly show up to this guy's house. So eventually Sarah shows up and we're all waiting for her in the kitchen to tell her the tea. She freaks out and keeps repeating that she can't believe she got involved with somebody like that. This could have multiple meanings that we took to mean either an affair or drugs. And she is partial to a bit of the weeds. But judging by her bed-riddled appearance and the white stain on her shirt, we assumed an affair. She had a boyfriend already. That's fucked. So she's obviously shook and goes to bed and then tells him that she knows. Now I don't know about you, but I wouldn't let a murderer know that I know about them because you'll be their next target. We get up the next morning to a text from Sarah that she's moved out because she put her address into his Uber app so he knows where she lives. This girl is so fucking stupid. Bitch, now this guy knows where we live. We share a flat with her. Dee Dee also has her Facebook where she always posts our flat number because we had quite a few good parties and we're going to get matching tattoos with our flat number. I hate you guys. Thank God we didn't since we don't like her anymore. They're all such wimps anyways. They couldn't handle tattoos. So for the past 3 months, I've been living in a flat where a murderer / kidnapper thinks his potential victim lives. Plus it's a uni accommodation and the stoners will let anybody in. As stupid as it all sounds, it's terrifying to think that I could bump into this man in one of our city's dimly lit underpasses. This man has a history of psychosis, as he told Sarah, which normally I wouldn't judge, but considering what he's already done, Dee Dee seems dangerously unhinged. Thanks if you made it this far. Sorry it's not that interesting. This was very interesting. I don't know what you're talking about, but it was terrifying for me to experience. Oh, and to the deadly doctor, let's not meet. There are so many things wrong with that story. First of all, you are 18 years old. Why are you dating a 50-year-old man? That's so weird. Also, how did they meet? Oh, because she was taking random jobs. I don't understand how he still has a job. I don't know how he hasn't been put in prison yet. That's where I'm really confused. He must be a good-looking man, honestly. Okay, and then I thought I would lighten the mood with this last one. It says, I thought I was gonna get murdered. Funny ending, though. LOL. Okay, so hey Courtney. Hey everyone. This literally just happened to me, but I feel like I need to share the story while it's fresh. So just for a little bit of context, I live in a really small town in rural Austria. Like literally not even 300 people. And nothing ever happens here. Not even nothing bad, just nothing in general. Also, just so you have a picture in your mind, the way my house is set up is that the front door isn't actually facing the street, but a courtyard. And the courtyard is closed in by 2 gates. So whenever we're not home, we just kind of lock the gates but not the front door, which we even leave open during the summer. Anyway, so it's like 11 p.m. I got home from dinner with some friends a couple hours ago, and like I always do, I lock the outer gates but leave the front door open for my parents to close and lock up whenever they get home. I figured I'd wait up until they're home and settle down in the living room, just chilling, scrolling through Instagram. The way I'm sitting is with my back kinda to the door, but if I turn my head I can still see if somebody's in the doorway, if that makes sense. So my town being my town, it was really quiet that night. I didn't put on any music or whatever, so it was just me and the occasional video playing on Instagram. When suddenly I hear the stairs creak. They're pretty old, so they do that sometimes, but I've lived here all my life, so best believe I know what it sounds like when somebody's walking up them. I know it's not my parents or any family member because they would have called out to me from downstairs if they got home. We also don't have any pets. It sounded like a person sneaking up the stairs, trying to make as little noise as possible. And you know who tried to be as quiet as possible and walking upstairs? Exactly. Murderers and kidnappers. So I immediately freeze and just kind of feel my heart drop. I literally debated with myself if I should lock the door when I get home, like I had a feeling I should do it that night, probably because I spent my whole day watching true crime videos. But I didn't, and in that moment there was nothing I regretted more. I do that all the time actually. I always lock my front door, but I have a deadbolt, which I just feel like is really excessive, but I normally lock both of them when I get home just out of habit. But there are some nights where I will lay awake and I'm just like, I need this door to be locked. I need to be secure. Like I have like this weird feeling in my brain that someone's gonna like try to get in. I guess it's not the same thing at all, but you know what I mean. Or do you guys ever feel like you didn't do something, but you did? Let me explain. I'll be laying in bed and I'm like, I really need to go check the deadbolt. Like I don't think I locked it this time. I don't know why. I wouldn't have locked it, but I don't think I locked it. And I will literally sit there and I will not be able to fall asleep until I get up and go check and make sure. And every time, it's locked. But anyways, trucks. Truck, stupid fucking truck. My camera stopped recording, which means shut up and just keep telling the story. So I'm sitting there, utterly terrified and not daring to even move my head, straining so much to hear any other noises coming from the stairs, which I do. Another creak and it's silent. So I assumed whoever was walking up my stairs had arrived at the landing and is standing right outside the living room door. I don't know how to explain it, but I can literally feel someone just standing there, moving as slowly and quietly as possible, and honestly, my whole life flashed before my eyes. I want to throw my phone so bad, but I'm sitting at a table. I finally gather up my courage and turn my head in the direction of the door, but I don't see anything. I'm about to release a relieved breath, believing that the creaks were really just due to the house being old. But then I detect movement close to the door out of the corner of my eye, and I jump so hard. My heart was beating so fucking fast in that moment, I can't even tell you. but it's a fucking cat. I have no idea whose cat it is or where the fuck it came from, and my nerves are at the breaking point in that moment, so my first instinct is to jump up and scream, "Get the fuck out!" It bolted right away, back down the stairs and outside, and I ran downstairs so fast and double locked the door immediately. I do kind of feel bad now, to be honest, because I probably really scared the cat. But on the other hand, it scared the living shit out of me as well. It made me think there was a literal murderer in my house, so I guess we're even now. Anyways, cat house intruder, let's never meet again. You took like 10 years off my life. I'm fucking dead. That's literally something that I would do. I would sit there and like text my entire family telling them how much I love them, like this is it, I'm gonna die, and then it could literally be like a piece of lint that fell off the ceiling. I'm not kidding. I'm the most dramatic person, but that honestly, no offense, is so funny. I'm very glad that it was just a cat because one, it makes for a really good story and you're not dead, which is amazing. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I also wanted to say that my apartment is done. Like I decorated everything and I was gonna upload my new apartment tour instead of this video, but I just wanted to clear up those two things from Wednesday, so I tried to get this video up before that one. So me building some of my furniture and me finishing my apartment will go up on Sunday. It's so beautiful, it's so cute, and I don't know if you can, I don't think you can really see anything back there. You can just see my rug, but I've had that for a long time. You can't see anything yet, so it's all gonna be a surprise, even though I've posted pictures, but you know, it's different. It's different in person, it's different in video, so that will be up on Sunday. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you to everybody who has sent me stories. If you have any other stories that you would like to share, I will have the subreddit link below. But I'm gonna go. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. I can't really say bye because you're up here. Bye! Oh yeah, for those of you wondering, I got a new tattoo, but I talk about that in my video from Sunday, so you're just gonna have to wait for everything. I also posted a picture on Instagram if you're really curious. I don't feel like standing up and showing you. I'm really lazy. I'll stand up. I hope it's focused. It's beautiful. It's a sword from Zelda. I'm not going to explain it because I explained it on Sunday and I explained it on Instagram. I'm gonna go because it's really hot. See ya!